in Ipswich. Behind me, there are several people who would otherwise have been in school. And I know there are some people saying they should still be in school today.
No!
All I would say to that is that this is the most important decision our species has ever taken. The climate crisis is the most important issue humanity has ever faced. And it is absolutely right that young people should be engaged in political argument because it is their future, it is their planet. How on earth can they stand back and allow their planet to be trashed around them? What is the point? What is the point? What is the point? What is the point of getting qualifications if you haven't actually got a world in which to use them? That doesn't mean that education is not important. This demonstration is taking place around the world. We have got people engaged throughout the world, young people, making sure that politicians are listening to what they've got to say, and it is already having an enormous effect. So anybody who says that this is not a valuable exercise is clearly wrong. We need to make enormous changes in the way that our society works. And in order to do that, we cannot just go backwards. There is something very attractive about the idea that somehow we can all just suddenly stop using all the machinery that we've got, suddenly stop doing all the things that we need to do in order to make the world more habitable. We can't just go backwards. We need to make better use of technology, but we do need that technology. We need investment in renewable electricity. We need investment in a circular economy to make sure that we're not wasting resources, that we're not throwing plastic into the oceans, that we are not burning things when we could be reusing them. We need that investment and that technology to take place. We can't and we need investment in electric vehicles as well. It is absolutely ridiculous for the government to say that they are going to start having electric vehicles from 2042. What planet are they on? Unless we can see real changes in the next 5 years, I believe it will be too late then to do anything meaningful. We have got to make those changes within the next 5 years, and one of the things we've got to do is to move away from all use of fossil fuels, and that includes cars. So I know that when we want to introduce electric vehicles, the technology is there, the companies are ready, we could and should be moving towards electric vehicles as quickly as possible, and certainly well before 2042. I would say in the next 5 years, if it is at all possible, we need to make sure that people can go about their daily lives without burning fossil fuels, and that requires investment, it requires technology, it requires infrastructure.
Electric public transport!
I want everybody who possibly can to walk or cycle or use public transport whenever they possibly can. those who came here either walking or cycling or on the train or on the bus, because that is the way to go when you can. But let's be completely honest about this. There are journeys where that is not a viable form of transport, and for that we need electric vehicles. Acts which could be taken immediately by the government, and I believe that one way to judge whether or not they're serious is to see whether they're doing those things. And the first and most obvious one is to end fracking. There is no excuse for fracking. Sure that all new buildings are built to the highest possible standards so that they are not using coal or oil or any other fossil fuel. The Parliament in this country has passed a law calling for zero emissions by 2050. I believe that is far too late. Faster than that, and I will be going to the Labour Party conference tomorrow to call on us.